Hello, today we're going to walk through how to set up Feed the Beast Unleashed with the Galactic Craft and how to connect to the Mike's Revenge Build2 server. So, step 1, you need to find out, is your operating system 64-bit? Go to My Computer, right click it, Properties, and this applies regardless of the version of Windows, whether it's Windows 7 or Windows 8 or older. In here, you look for System Type, 64-bit operating system. So far that's you're checking if you have a 64-bit or 32-bit operating system. So, right-click My Computer, Properties, and it brings up the details. Right, so let's just put that out of the way for a moment. Now, the next thing I would say is obviously Java. When you go to java.com, ignore this and go to see all Java downloads, and these two are what you want, is the offline installers, 32-bit and 64-bit. You want both because you're running a 64-bit operating system. You should always install both 32-bit and 64-bit. Just as it says here, it tells you the exact same thing. Most people will not have a 64-bit browser and won't even use the 64-bit browser for obvious reasons, namely plugins. Okay, so once you've got that downloaded and installed both, next thing you want to do is download the Feed the Beast launcher. So you go to feedthebeast.com as shown, go to download, client. Yes, you've got the Java jar or the exe. I would say for most people you just go to the exe. So once you've downloaded that and you run it, it will ask you where do you want to install it to. I would recommend that you create a folder inside either program files or program files x86, it doesn't really matter, or even on the C drive, just create a folder called FTB, one or the other. In my case, I put it in, where did I put it? Oh yes, I put it in this one, on a different drive actually. So let's go to in here, Feed the Beast. So I already have it installed. So another thing you need to download is Galactic Craft. Because Unleashed from Feed the Beast is at 1.5.2 client, and the build is 1.1.2 at the moment we're using. You simply go to the Galactic Craft. You can go to mcdoodle8.com or just Google for Galactic Craft, download. Now ignore this because this is 1.6.2. We're not, Feed the Beast is not on 1.6 yet, so ignore that and go down here. And you'll see that 1.5.2, that the last build of that was 4.10, build 4.10. So you click here, it'll bring you to one of these
AdFocus is a revolutionary new way of making money on the internet from sharing links on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. Simply sign up below, share links, and earn money.
Now, yeah, I got a stupid pop-up, close that. And because I click skip, it's now tried to let me download the file. I have already downloaded the file, so I'll let it download it, but I have that already. Now, on the mikesrevenge.net website, under the game servers, all games, Feed the Beast, you'll find a couple of sticky topics I did up. These are the most important ones which I've ticked based on relevant recent news and changes to the server. So installing Feed the Beast client launcher. This is all the steps I'm about to do or have already spoken about. As you can see here, it's download the launcher, add your Mojang profile name and password. Now the options increase, I'll show you that now. I would just launch it. So here we got the launcher. We do have an AMPS, a unified electricity server as well, that's why that's up there. So here you can see 1.1.2 and it's at the recommended. So we go into options I've got a lot of memory, so I put mine up to 12. For most people, if you're on 32-bit, just move this down to about 2, and if you're on 64-bit and you've at least 8 to 16 gig of RAM or more, put it at from 4 up to 8, depending on how much you have. So I'll put mine back to 8. This button here can be very handy if you make a mess of it all and you need to force a new clean download. You can use this button to do it. But for us, we're not going to do that now. So down here, this is where you add or create a profile, as in your Mojang logon. You add it in there, the password. You don't have to put the password in, or you can just type it in every time you want to launch, should you choose to. What else? Yes. So you clicked on Unleashed 112. Now click on Edit Mod Pack. Now normally at this point you won't see these files because you haven't actually launched it for the first time. So we're just going to close this again, and what we say is at this point you'll do a launch. When you do the launch, you'll start to see a download progression box appear. You let it finish. It'll essentially download all the files and launch the actual Unleashed client. It will take it potentially up to 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes to properly launch it. That's not including the time to download all the files depending on your internet connection. So at this point I'm going to assume that you've done all that, you've done that stage, and you've gotten to the single player, multiplayer logon main menu, at which point all you're going to do is click quit. Then you come back and you relaunch the launcher. You click Edit Mod Pack. On this side, the disabled mods, you will see about 6 different mods disabled. You select them all and you click Enable and put them over here. And you check core mods. Core mods won't, I think if I remember right, won't have anything disabled, but if it does, move it into the enabled mods. Now the Galactic Craft, because I've already loaded it in, but in your case what you'll do is, because you've downloaded it to your download folder, you'll click Add Mod. Mine brings me straight to my download folder, and you just find the Galactic Craft zip, click Open, and it will add it in. So that's that done. So now what we also want to do is, there we go, we're up to step 7, and we've already downloaded this and put it in. As it says, get build 410, not newer for 1.6. So now what we want to do is delete the config folder. If you click Open Folder, it brings you into the core mods or the mods folder, depending on which tab we have open. It will bring us to one of the two. We want to go up one level, so you can either use your backup button depending on Windows 7 or Windows 8. You'll have an up button, or simply click on the folder, and now we can see the entire contents of the Unleashed Minecraft. For those who are wondering about Optifine, if you go up another level to your inside the Unleashed folder, this Inst Mods folder where it has Minecraft Forge, this is like the preload folder for the entire client. Anything that goes into this folder is preloaded before the core mods and the mods. So this is where you'll drop your Optifine. I would recommend, I'm using the Ultimate Edition. For most people you use either Standard or Light, and make sure it's for 152 as well. That's simple and straightforward enough. Go back in here to Minecraft. We've got config. This is the folder. You need to delete this folder, not the contents of it, just delete the folder. Don't even think about it, just delete it. Texture packs. The simple answer is pure BD Craft website and get this fax MC1 1.5. I got the 128 one. Some people may have to go for the 64 or the 32x times one based on their spec of their machine. If you're on a 32-bit machine, I would recommend going for the 64 or the 32 versions. One thing to note though, this file has been patched with the Feed the Beast packs. Those are also available from the Pure BD Craft website. So now back to our folder. At this stage, we have added Galactic Craft to the core mods. We've deleted the config folder, and now we're ready to launch it again. So close this, and at this point you launch. When you launch it this time, you do get to the single player multiplayer menu, you click multiplayer and you will add the server address, which is this. At that point, should you get an ID mismatch error, then it means that it's generated a default config folder which doesn't match the server, so we need to force it to download a copy from the server instead of generating. So again, you go back to edit, open folder, config, delete the config folder. That should be sorted then. You should be able to log on to the server. Thank you for watching.